Since the Paleolithic era, man has recognized the presence of supernatural forces and dedicated sacred places for practicing religious rituals. These places have evolved over time, depending upon the deity's worship and man's relationship with this higher power. Houses of the Holy is a survey of religious structures and their evolution as a representation of power, who we worship, and how we worship. Dating back to the Stone Age, the Cave of the Bulls in Lescot, France, is an early example of a natural structure that may have been used for ceremonial or spiritual purposes. Some scholars speculate that prehistoric humans took part in rituals deep within caves to ensure a successful hunt. Polytheistic religions dominated in the West from Mesopotamian times until the late Roman Empire. The ziggurat of Ur was a massive step pyramid atop which a temple was dedicated to the moon goddess Nana. Reaching the highest point in the city, only the rulers, priests, and a few community leaders were allowed inside, while citizens visited the exterior to seek spiritual nourishment. The Temple of Ramses II commemorated the longest ruling pharaoh in Egyptian history and was dedicated to the four most important New Kingdom gods, including Ramses himself. A dramatic display of wealth and power, this temple illustrates the importance Egyptians placed on funerary worship. In celebration of their victory over the Persians in 480 BC, ancient Greeks rebuilt the Parthenon and dedicated it to the goddess Athena. Individuals made offerings and worshipped outside the temple while viewing the impressive exterior statuary. Standing proudly in the interior cella, a 38-foot-tall gold and ivory Athena represented the wealth and triumph of the city. The largest dome in the world at the time of its construction, the Pantheon, was built by the Roman Emperor Hadrian as a temple to all the gods. Symbolizing the heavens, the oculus in the center allowed the sun's light to illuminate the building, which became a model for future churches. When Constantine declared Christianity the official state religion in the early 4th century, he also became the foremost patron of monotheistic Christian architecture. Erected over the remains of St. Peter, Old St. Peter's Basilica was designed to hold congregations of up to 4,000 pilgrimage worshippers. Constructed by Emperor Justinian in Constantinople, Hagia Sophia was designed to outshine the architecture in Rome. Reminiscent of the dome at the Pantheon, this Christian church represents the height and grandeur of the Byzantine age. During the Romanesque period, pilgrimages to sacred shrines became popular. Located on a route in southwestern France, the Basilica of St. Cyrenin was rebuilt to accommodate the large numbers of Christian worshippers traveling to view holy relics. As peace continued throughout Western Europe in the 12th and 13th centuries, innovations in art and architecture ushered in the Gothic era. At Chartres Cathedral in France, the manufacture of large stained glass windows and an increased sculptural program transformed the way the largely illiterate Christian congregation learned the Word of God. By the 16th century in Eastern Europe, the Ottoman Empire stretched from the east of India to parts of the west. Originating on the Arabian Peninsula and appealing to millions of supporters, Islam, a fast-growing monotheistic faith, replaced Christianity as the dominant religion. Designed to be the focal point of the city, the Mosque of Selim in Turkey was noted for its unified prayer hall and tall, slender minarets from which the faithful were called to worship. From the Paleolithic era to the Gothic period, religious structures have evolved as a result of changes in beliefs and worship practices. While initial polytheistic faiths were elitist with structures funded by rulers and powerful individuals, later monotheistic religions embraced inclusion, utilizing followers to increase both their congregation size and their wealth. Serving as centers of learning, churches and mosques perfected the use of art and architecture as a medium through which to spread their message and attract additional followers. By becoming more welcoming and well-organized, churches and mosques were able to establish financial independence and assert their own influence. In an interesting progression, while religious structures have evolved as a consequence of changing beliefs, the balance of power has also shifted from authoritative rulers to the religious institutions themselves.